Come on.
Come on. No. Guys, this is the one and only Chris. He's just an amazing guy. You've had a long, interesting journey.
Absolutely.
And I've been following you because my heart is always with young people, and I know that you are someone who champions young people, but you're just not down for the nonsense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you do a lot of stuff, but I want to leave it to you. I want you to kind of let us know a little bit about yourself. And he has an OBE, people. So you want to know a little bit about you and how you came to get an OBE.
How we doing, guys? Myself, Chris Preddie, OBE, for those who don't know. I grew up in Finchley Park, just like a lot of young people as well. I grew up in a time where, I didn't have no father figure around the house. It was straight older man on the bitch. The ones there like, wow, go on, wow. So like, when we talk about certain lifestyles, we've got to remember there were certain things that got mentally installed in me. So I always ask everybody a question like, can you blame some of the men that's out there if what he thinks he's doing is right? Now, Pete, what I'm saying to you, my mum's single parent, working 2 to 3 jobs. A lot of the time when I came home from school, there was nobody there. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Sometimes I was at home, like when you're like 9, 10, I was there, coming back, you're doing the skipping ones. Yeah, you're not on gangster. Yeah, I'm still playing with Pokemon Pogs. Them ones, I'm playing with marbles. I'm that guy, I'm skipping, I've got my marbles, I'm doing my stuff. And then you go home and you're in the window and you're hearing stuff going on in your area. You're seeing stuff, you're seeing the big boys come around with the big boy cars and the big boy chains and you're watching it, but you're not understanding it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I think we've got to really be careful in the sense of when our parents used to say to us, like, it's big people time, go upstairs. Like there's something about that needs to come back in the sense of young people are seeing way too much before their time. Do you understand what I'm going to say? So you're seeing things that you don't even understand yet, but you're seeing a lot. Do you know what I mean? So I was seeing a lot. Like when I was growing up in my area, there was a woman, she was a crackhead and everything, but that was just crackhead too. It wasn't even, she's a crackhead. That's just, we called it a crackhead too, but it was Sue. Like it was standard, it was normal. It like I didn't see nothing different. I felt like every ends was going on like that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It was only cool. I started to see other areas. Now I ended up going to school into Hertfordshire. So once I moved up to school up there, it got to a stage where now I'm seeing a different living. I'm hearing people say to me, I've got like two garages and we've got swimming pool and jacuzzi. I said, you don't need to chill out, yeah? Only time I see a jacuzzi is when I'm doing a little poop, like little plop from the bath. We've all done it, yeah? Getting the bubbles out. We've all done it. Shut up, don't lie. That's how I was getting my bubbles in my jacuzzi, yeah? Living my life. And then you're telling me about jacuzzi and swimming pool. So there was a different understanding. So I feel like when I was growing up, I grew up in a council estate, like every other young person, trying to come out. Now, when I mean trying to come out, not trying to come out in the sense of a lot of people see trying to come out in the sense of selling out these days. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Trying to come out in the sense of me being happy to be me. I think there was so much times I grew up, and this is for a lot of the young kids, there was so much times I grew up with fear, but it wasn't fear like I was scared of anyone. It was false evidence appearing real, or false expectations appearing real. So sometimes I'll be in school, and it's like, I used to fight on the fear on what my friends would say. So I'll be like, oh, them man are going to think that man's not moist, or them man are going to think that way. So I'm going to fight, but I don't even know that. Or it's false expectations appearing real in the sense of sometimes I used to go around saying that I was the fighter, because everybody else said I was the fighter. Oh, Chris is going to fight you. Chris is going to fight you. I don't want to fight you. And I'm remember it clear as day, and I say to every single kid right now, what are you fighting for? A lot of the times you're fighting off the back of somebody else, or what you think they're going to think, or what you think they're going to say. Now, I got into an argument with this guy. It was tonks, you get me? And I'm not going to lie, it was hard back. He came back from, he came
I know there was.
Yeah?
Them overgrown kids.
No one's there. It was hard back, you get me? We was playing football. Every time I hit his shin, I'm on the floor like, I'm still running. Like, I don't know what he's on. He's on different smoke. He's eating that yam. You know the one's there. That different hard back. Listen, he's eating well. Well.
Yeah.
These times, I'm still eating Savoy and chips. I need to snap it out of it. You know what's there? I need to,
Yeah.
Reja's like, I wasn't working. So we got into an argument, and they said after school, me and this guy, River's going to fight. River and Chris is going to fight. So I'm like, I don't want to fight River because I already know man's kind of strong still. You get me? I don't want the smoke. But everybody's talking about the smoke. Now, I went to River. And the maddest thing about it, I say to these kids all the time, and this is something that a lot of the times we don't do, but just it works. So I went to River and I was like, River, I don't want to fight you. And do you know what River said to me? River said, I don't want to fight you too. I was like, say nothing, brother.
Say it, bro.
We don't need to do this. Like, I don't want to get suspended. He was like, I don't want to get suspended. I was like, high five.
Imagine.
I like you. Yeah. So sometimes we just need to teach our young people these day and age communication. You know, like, you know, my mom and my parents would teach me, if someone hits you, you hit them back. Like, stop teaching them that. No one's there, because when they get to 16, that's ABH.
Parents still say
when they get to 16, that's GBH. That's a charge now. So you've got to be very careful on, and then you will look at your child like, oh, but you should know better now that you're 16, you shouldn't hit people. Like, but you've been telling them the whole life to hit people. Like, so we've got to really, really understand where
it's true.
The trauma's coming from. And that's not even a sense of my mum being a bad parent. Just what I'm trying to say.
She believed that was right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true. Very true, very true. So why have you got an OBE? I'd like to know. How did that happen?
The worst thing about it, we need to figure it out, because even like people that know me, and Charles, you know me, I talk the thing, yeah? So I'm not gonna lie. When they gave it to me, I looked at my mum and I'm like, I think this is wrong, mum, because like I think they made a mistake. At first, I thought.
So you were super surprised then?
I thought I was going to prison. Like that's how really it was. I suffer with dyslexia, so my reading and writing is not the greatest. I saw the Majesty stamp on it. I said, what did I do? You know, no one's there. He said, we have given your Majesty your name in strict confidence. I was like, why does she want to know my name in strict confidence? I don't want her to know my name. Then they started saying, we're going to appoint you of the Order of the British Empire. So that's Illuminati. That's Mason. They've got me. They've got me. I started looking at the window. I said, they've got me. MI5, they're going to be at the door. I knew I shouldn't have watched it on YouTube. All you man that keep sending me on a YouTube, watch this conspiracy. Now they're coming to get me. They've got my phone, they tapped me in. I told my mum, I said, Mum, pack a sandwich. I'm going to prison. My mum said, what do you do? My mum's funny because she starts to pray. Like, straight away.
Straight.
My mum will pray. Like, I will fall down in a ditch. And my mum will pray to Jesus to get me out the ditch. No, man, just, can you put your hand in and help me? Like, that maybe Jesus is busy right now. Just this,
basically,
mom, please. So she was like, Jesus, please, my son. And the worst thing about it, I ain't got no criminal record. I've never been arrested. And I called up my friend, and my friend was like, you're an idiot. Like Google it. And I Googled it, and the first person that came up was David Beckham, 1.7 billion. I said, raw, like, it's not going to prison, Chris. They want to give you an award. And basically, for those that don't know, like, because everyone keeps talking about, like, OBE, whether you accept it and all the rest of it. I was a young man coming up, and all I wanted to do is make a difference. All I wanted to do is make a change. And it got to a stage where, like, I felt like nobody was watching. So for me, someone was like saying, yo, I see what you're doing. So I never got
giving you a light, giving you a platform.
Being famous or being an artist or being a celebrity. I got my OBE for working in the community. That's what I got my OBE for, like, for working in the community, going in at schools, colleges, youth clubs, prisons, and saying to the young people, there's another way. Like, there's another way, big man. Like, I know that I've told you before, like, when the kids was on the streets, we was always telling them, you know, like, build a line, you know, no one's there, like, but we didn't tell them how to build a mortgage. You understand what I'm trying to say? And have property. We always tell a man, you know, no one's there, be the man of your house, but we're not actually teaching them about what does that actually mean. So we're hearing these little sayings, but we're not actually understanding where that's come from. So I wanted to go back and put my hands up and say, do you know what? I was a part of the problem. Now I want to be a part of the solution. And I always say to everybody, just do what you do and do what you love, because you never know who's watching. And I will swear to you, if anyone would have told me when I was coming up in the ranks, like 20, started doing youth work and everything, and everyone said to me, by the age of 25, you're going to get an OBE. I was one of the youngest males to receive an OBE at the age of 25. The youngest black male as well at that. I was the only one up in there. You know what's there? Hella young man up in there. Old man. One guy come up to me, it's like, oh.
And did your suit even fit? You know,
I'm like, cool, big man. I don't even know what OBE was. Like, Like, I'm looking for Mobos and Oscars and BAFTAs because I'm trying to do the acting thing. I didn't even know what the OBE was. So my thing is, don't look at the title. Look at the passion and the love that we do for what we do. So this title I use in a sense of an accolade to one, show young people that it doesn't matter where you stand in the position of your life. It's not about how you start. It's about how you want to end it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So now I use my platform for the right reasons. Now, a lot of people sit there and be like, oh, you're going at the government though, Chris, and you're going, well, yes, I should. If I see wrong and wrong is wrong and right is right, regardless of my title, regardless of my name, if I have the platform, I have a duty.
Yeah, it helps your voice.
Like,
it elevates your voice. Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that's amazing. I think that's brilliant, especially because it's for work you've done. And I can imagine, because your energy, I know people are loving your energy. I always love your energy.
It's amazing that you said that. But when I was in school, I always say to the kids, please, kids, to any kid that might watch this back, do not pick up your label. You are not your label. Because when I was in school, it's quite funny. I used to get told I was hyperactive. I used to get told off for that. I used to get put in detention for that. But then now I'm older. Look what everyone's saying. Oh, we love your energy. But ain't that the same hyperactiveness that I used to get in trouble for? So sometimes we can suppress our young people with the gifts that they already have. I was just already strong-minded to know that I was still going to be me. But what about that young person that gets told every single day, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad? Like, I can say we need to start teaching our young people that we might not want them to do a certain thing, but it's not about telling them that they're wrong for doing it. So say, for instance, a young person gets suspended for selling sweets. All right, it's wrong. It's not, you're not meant to be doing it in school because it's not the school policy. But get man to go on the cake fair or get, like, you're not doing your local, like, because man's doing this thing, like he's on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we have to recognize these things.
Down, lift man up and say, like, because there's certain kids that are using their mind, you know. There's certain kids that are going to school with £2.30 and saying, raw, if I buy a pack of these sweets and I sell them for 20p, I have to give man a high five for that.
It's true. It's true.
Because you're a young entrepreneur that's thinking about your little spending money. You want to get your little chicken and chips afterwards. You want to flex on Sarah later. You know what's there with your little Minda. Get me?
Why Sarah?
Yeah, Sarah, Katie, Danielle, and all that.
It was always Sarah though.
Yeah, Sarah. Randoms, yeah. Hella chocolate in your hand for no reason. You know what's there? You pick up your chocolate and you pick up a Queendom Bueno because you know girls like it. You just got it there. You know what's there? Oh, can I have a bit? Of course you can, Tracy. Yeah, early. Tracy can have that because I've been making my money today, baby.
Exactly.
Like that.
For real.
That's real entrepreneurship. So I'm like, we need to allow young people to have that because they have so many fantastic ideas, and that's what hurts because we stifle them a little bit on what you can do and what you can't do. And like, you know, you get to a young age of being a young teenager and your parents says to you, right, you're old enough, you should know better, you should be cleaning your room, all the rest of it. And then on the flip side, your parents look at you and be like, you're a little boy, you don't understand, you're not a grown up. What, am I a grown up?
Or right,
you're still a baby, because I don't understand. 1 minute you're telling me you're a grown up and I should step up, and the next minute you're telling me I don't understand and I need to fall back. So we need to make sure that we're having that continuity. I think that we don't have enough young people, and especially young role models. So I'm even starting the MAD movement. It's a MAD movement that I'm starting specifically for men, to inspire men, to let men know that, you know, there's other men that's out there like you. We're going to have men that's got businesses, entrepreneurs. We're going to allow these young people to come and join the MAD movement as well, so they can see now what a positive affirmation is, what a positive role model looks like. Like, we're going to understand about mental health. We're going to sit there as real men. We're going to talk about fathership. We're going to talk about single dads, because these are the kind of things that I feel like we don't talk about enough. And there's nothing out there for men. And men out there right now, there's a half of us that are sitting there like, rah, do you know what? It'd be nicer sometimes if someone just reached out and I just felt like man was going through the same thing, or man can help me, man can understand where I'm coming from. And I don't think I have enough of that. So I'm starting something called the MAD movement next week, specifically for men. Any man, I don't care what age you are. If you're under the age of 16, you have to get, you know, your parental guidance and, you know, parental consent. But it's just going to be something that uplifts men every single day. We're going to be doing positive affirmation, breathing techniques. We're going to be goal searching. You know what's there? We're going to be
that sounds amazing.
Like, I'm saying for the men, it's important, and we know that our men are suffering a lot with mental health. And I believe for a lot of young men right now, they're growing up too fast because we always feel like we have to be the man of the house. Too much pride, you know. And I want to say to all my men out there, it's okay. Like, it's okay that sometimes you don't have the answer. It's okay that sometimes you can't change it, because I was always one of those type of people that used to get upset when I wasn't able to change something, or when I wasn't able to do something. I'm like, I hate that as a man, because I want to be able to be the protector, and I want to do this, and I want to help my mum, and I want to, like, it's okay. And we need to let our young men and our men know that it's okay. And let our women know that we are real building. Letting our women know that we are here. We do stand here. We are standing strong. And I feel like sometimes what gets clouded is sometimes, as always, is the shh. But at the same time, when you go through it, like, we're here. And we're standing up and we're trying to be counted. And I think that's really what's more important. It's something that I'm doing right now, and I'm thinking about solutions, which is going back into the community and talking to our young people. In the next week or two, I'm going to be doing my own little protest. And it's not even a protest of thousands of people. I just want 50 man, and we're walking around the ends. I'm not going Parliament right now, because we're going Parliament on a Saturday and a Sunday, but nobody's there. Man's
for real.
Playing golf for Stephen. Man's playing golf for Stephen, having brunch, and man's walking up and down Parliament. I'd rather catch you at Parliament on a Tuesday evening
when you're going in.
Work. We need to have a word, big man. So my whole thing is, right now, I'm trying to start with a solution from home. So I'm saying to myself, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going down to these areas. I need to speak to my young people. I feel like right now that is the solution, and I need to show them that there's real men out here ready to be counted and ready to step up. And that's what some of the basics that I'm trying to do right now with the solutions and what's going on. And I know everyone's trying to put the 2p piece, and it's great and it's amazing. But like I said, if we don't look at the problems that we already have in our own house, we can't be trying to run around fixing other people's house. Like, everybody wants to fix everybody's house with the magical
watch. We need to fix our house before. It's just like we need to fill our own cup before we can pour it into anyone else. Do you know what I mean?
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it needs to stem from home. Like, go back to the young people. Like, I feel like another thing that I wanted to address as well quickly, just stop putting so much pressure on our young people. I feel like everyone's like, this is the generation to change it. They're not having it. All right, well, why ain't you having it? Like why are you sticking it on them? Like, let them live, man. Like I feel like we're doing so much things that we should be stepping up, and they are stepping up too. But we should be stepping up just as much as them, and don't look at them like, oh, they're the generation to change it. No, we are all the generation that are
all of us,
to make sure that we're not tolerating it no more, and it needs to come as a unity front. If it's not coming as a unity front, then like a lot of us need to sit down. Then I might as well sit down. If we're saying it's just the young kids and rare, then I might as well just sit down.
Yeah,
the real. Older people, we're talking up the thing, but nobody's really standing up. Like, let's stand up and be counted. You know, I'm hearing a lot of people out there, not in a bad way to everybody else, but if you're not gonna put your 2p piece in, please don't try and put like your 50p, your £1, and you're just trying to slap money down on the table. Like, you got all the answers, but you're the one that's at home.
Or stopping people that are doing something.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So we as people, we're so judgmental at everything. That's not right. That's not going to work.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
What are you doing? It starts at home, you know, before you're running down to Parliament Square and you're not do nothing on your front door. Allow it, you know, start at home. Do you know what I mean? Get your community, be a part of your community, you know, start little things that you can do within your own ends. Like, you know, all of us are neighbors and we so clearly know each other and we keep talking about this community. I want to
it's true.
I want to see it. And I feel the love right now, the unity, the love, everybody's there. So young boys right now, up to today, are being stabbed and killed on our streets, and we're not marching. No,
they haven't stopped.
So
they haven't stopped.
50 man, just to roll with me, bruv. Like, on a day, bruv, and we're just gonna hit up a couple of ends and just talk to some of these youth, man, because no one's talking to them, and they need to see something else. I feel like they're always seeing the drug dealers, they're always seeing the celebrities and the rappers and all the rest of it. They need to see entrepreneurs. They need to see man with business. They need to see other men that are stepping up and being counted, saying, bro, I've come from your life, but I didn't have to do that. I say to the kids all the time, look at the way that I talk. I'm still me, but I don't live that life, and you don't have to live that life. And I want 50 man to just roll with me, just to reason, not to come and bad no one up, not to tell the kids, stop smoking, rare, what you man doing? Like, we're not here to badger no one. We're here to
just to reason.
We've got to start at the ground level. We've just got to start that communication. And guess what? There's going to be some resilience. Guess what? Some kids might tell us to F off. Guess what? Some kids might not be on it. Why? Because we haven't been showing them any love.
Yeah.
What do you expect? Yeah. You can't go to someone and be like, hey, listen to me now. You haven't been there, bro. I've been here by myself, doing this by myself. When you man talk about GG gang, you man are living countryside. We are here. The kids are dealing with the problems now, with the so-called beefs. Do you know that half of these kids don't even know what the beef extended over, but they're putting their heart and soul.
They continue,
None of these men stepping up saying, bro, like, you know what, big man? I actually talk to my man now. So I don't even know what it is.
I mean, why you're still beefing?
Bro, like, me and man are blessed, but man are repping the ends. Like, no, man, like, we need to step up and let man know there's another way. Like, you're dying every single day, bro, through your food, bro, through your water, through everything. Like, you're already getting killed off and discriminated against yourself anyway. Allow it. It's enough going on right now, and that's how we need to be talking to our boys. And when we're talking to them, we need to be giving them solutions. If we're going to say to a young kid, come off the road, and you haven't got a better solution for him,
then what?
Telling him about go college and get £30 EMA. If he's making £150 or £200 a day, we need to match that.
For real.
But we can match that. But when you're entrepreneur, when you're self-employed, we become humble, and we're like, you know what, man's not really gassy. And I'm not telling people to be gassy, but the kids need to understand that man make money. It's not a joke. Like, see these men out on the road, mate. I told the kids all the time, I make money. I don't step outside my house unless it's a certain wage for an hour. When the kids hear the price, they look at me like, you're lying, sir. And I say to the kids, look how I'm talking to you. Ain't I just reasoning with you right now? And right now, Jordans are on you, big man. Yeah? Jordans are on you. And I'm not doing nothing, no criminal activities, nothing. And that's just 1 hour. You're out here all day. One kid told me, oh, but I make £200 a day. When we broke it down, it was like £3.50 an hour.
Later.
Working 24 hours. I said, rude boy, you might need to get a pay rise. Because your drug dealer is mugging you off. I said, put your hands up right now. Who's going to get stabbed for £3.50?
They need to go for an appraisal.
Just so much I was saying, everyone's like, oh, I'm not going to get stabbed for £3.50. Well, what are you doing? Like, you can sell flowers tomorrow, but they just don't have that mindset. Oh, man, that's dead. Man can't sell flowers. But if I showed you the markup and I showed you what you're doing right now and showing you the same thing with flowers, you'd be banging flowers tomorrow. Roses.
Right.
Roses. You'd be singing roses, fam. All of our stuff. You'd be singing. Yeah. Who buying the roses? You'd be skipping and dancing when you start seeing the prices.
Right,
but
for
they
real.
just don't understand it's a product. They've got to realize that what they're doing is already entrepreneurship. You've got to build your clientele. You've got to understand where it's going. You've got to understand how much food you got, who have you consigned it out to, all these kind of things. That's the same thing in business. That's the same thing in understanding about entrepreneurship and having staff and having people underneath you. Use your noggin, big man. And that's what it is, but we're not teaching them that. And if not, no one's giving them the blueprint. Because what we tell our kids all the time, you can make it. How?
Right.
No, but you can be it. You can do whatever you want to do. How? Like, I want to know how. And we're not giving them the blueprint. We always tell them that they can make it. Well, show me. Show me how I do it. And none of us are showing. All of us are talking, but no one else are showing. So show us. Show us with your mouth. Show us with your actions.
You're amazing. You're amazing. Yeah, I want to get a couple other people on, but
listen, Charles, thank you so much for having me, man. Seriously, and like, don't ever forget to big up yourself as well. Like, and everybody that knows Charles, like the amount of work that you put in, and it's something that we don't. I feel like we don't award it enough because there's things that we do that we take time out of our day. People don't understand that. People don't understand that you was talking to me 2 days ago, like, to make sure that we're giving them something. Just how much, like, this is important, guys. Like, people got lives. Like, we could be doing anything else, but Charles taking the time out to say, you know what? Let's reason. Let's give back to our boys. Let's make sure. So, throw up some hearts for Charles right now. You know what's there? Everybody's doing it. But, guys, I'm out.
Follow him.
Take over and all the rest of it. But
thanks so much, man. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We're going to speak anyway.
We're going to speak. Guys,
all right. Enough love, babe.
Bye.
All right. Wow. Wow, wow. Isn't he just amazing? He's actually amazing. Traying. Let's get Traying. 17. And he's agreed to come on my live. And I'm so happy.
This is crazy. I've never been live with like over 5 people.
It's cool. Just imagine it's just me. It's just me.
Cool.
Was you watching? Did you watch Chris?
Yeah, I was listening to him.
Oh, what do you think?
He's a funny guy, but he's got a way with words. Like what he says is powerful.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Guys, this is Trey. It's my little homie. um, we were, should we say, we were flatmates for about 2 years or so.
Could say that.
So something like that. Basically,
Yeah.
my ex partner's son, who we're still good friends, so we're still in touch and everything like that. Trey is an amazing young man. I've always thought so. He's funny. He's actually quite disciplined as well. Like I've never known anyone like it, to be fair. I don't think you even know that you're disciplined, but you are.
Sometimes I sit down and think to myself, like the way that my life could like be turned, as in like I could be involved in so much other like things that would make my life go downwards.
Yeah, like you could be like, I remember if I go back to when, maybe a couple of years ago, and things like, I think because maybe how your dad is, he's quite structured, and
Yeah.
things like bedtimes and stuff like that. So I met you probably when you were about 12. When you were about 12, and say that your bedtime's
Was it
9
that far
o'clock.
back?
Yeah, you were 12 when I first met you. I think you were just about to turn 13 actually. And I remember like 9 o'clock would be coming, and I'll be sitting in the kitchen eating or whatever. And then you come in at like 1 minute to 9 and be like, night, and no one's told you to go bed, but like everything was on time, on point. And I'm like, these people, because I weren't like that. That weren't me. I never seen that in my life. But
No, I wish I wasn't like that, but you know, dad and his
no, you should.
consequences.
It's actually good. It's actually good. It kind of like sets you up for life, basically. Obviously, when you've got your full freedom, when you're living on your own, all the rest of it. What are you doing at the moment with your time?
So right now, because it's all quarantine, it's actually boring me. I can't lie. I'm occasionally like I'm working on weekends. I'm partly doing overtime during the week because obviously
What?
I can't really be. There's nothing really to do in the week, so I'm trying to get more overtime.
Yeah.
Obviously, well, yeah. So I'm like training to like be a professional athlete. So like every day or every other day, I do at least some sort of training. So
What is it you want to do? What kind of athlete?
like I want to be like a sprinter, track athlete.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're training
So
yourself?
no, I'm training. Okay, so basically, so do you remember when I was younger and I used to go to Croydon Arena to train?
And you used to do, yeah.
Yeah, so like that coach is doing like training sessions with us at like Lloyd Park to like do like grass training like every Tuesday and Thursday. But what I've done is like I've got my little circle of people that I normally train with, and we'd
Yeah.
go like, and every other day we'd go to like the Croydon Arena track to train or do something to like
Oh, so
keep
you
us
just do
going.
it in a group? Do you have like a track mentor? Someone asks, do you have a track mentor?
No, I just have a coach, so I'm really the
Oh,
only
okay.
person that motivates myself. Like if and like the thing is, yeah, with me, if I have my track group and no one's going, I'm always gonna be there,
You
even if
just
it's
still
by
go
myself.
anyway.
Yeah, I'm
That's
going.
good. Is to see all this discipline. This is what it all leads up to. Like you kind of carry it around. So you're saying you're getting a bit bored in lockdown?
Kind of, but I'm just doing my thing really. Like, because colleges opened again. I went today, but I only went for an hour. But it wasn't really anything because it was just like talking about how what's gonna happen when the college reopens or rare. And there
Oh,
was
like
only
just
like
a meet update. Like,
literally there was only like 50 people in the college.
wow,
Uh,
wow.
yeah,
So what are
yeah.
you doing at college?
I'm doing media and business, but the reason why I'm doing that is because because I wanted to be like because I want to be an athlete as I'm older. The reason why I chose to do media and
Mm.
business in college is because in secondary school I got like a distinction star for BTEC sport, which is the highest grade possible. But I'm
Don't
thinking,
know.
but I'm thinking, but I'm thinking, see, what if the track doesn't work out? So then I pick two other subjects for like backups. So like
Yeah.
media and business, because I remember I used to do media as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
that's
remember you
something I
used to
could,
do like the filming for your dad's
yeah,
radio show and all of that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
wicked.
So I picked the media and I also picked business.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is really good. That is really, don't ever drop out, you know, don't ever drop out.
No, I'd never
I
drop out of
think,
college. I plan
oh, that's,
I plan to after college I plan to take a year out to like obviously 'cause I want to go to uni, but obviously I
yeah.
don't want to go to uni with like not enough money or not enough training because I'm trying to go to Loughborough University. So say for instance, even after I finish college, my times aren't fast enough to get into Loughborough. At least I'll have another year to make sure that I'm faster by then. And I also want like
Mm,
more money, so I want to work like for longer and like to like get my money up before I go to university and all that because I know that university
mm,
costs a lot of money to go to.
yeah. Yeah, I know about that. Gosh, trying to work at the same time and going uni was not easy. Did you see the footage of uh, George Floyd? Did you
Yeah, I
see?
did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I
Was it like
I
your
couldn't watch the whole
friends?
thing. I
Is
couldn't watch
it?
the
Was it your
whole
friends
thing.
that passed it around? How did you see it?
No, it was my family. So my dad's sister and like her son. Remember my cousin Jay?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, them a lot. They showed me.
So they are okay.
That's
How did you feel after?
I couldn't watch the whole thing, so that just says it all. Like it's just disgraceful. I don't like to see things like that. Like I
Yeah,
couldn't just sit there and watch the man die. Like
yeah.
I can't do that. I just thought it was disgusting, completely disgusting.
How did that make you feel about police? Like when you see police, do you feel any kind of way? Do you feel
I
safe when you see
literally
police?
I move away. Literally, if I see police, they'll look at me. I won't look at them. I'll just look straight and keep walking and just dodge them.
Yeah.
Literally. I don't want anything to do with them.
Have they ever stopped you before?
Nope, I've never been stopped or searched. But I'm kind of surprised because most of my friends or most of the people I've chilled with,
Mm,
most of them have been stopped and searched, but I haven't. But I think it's because of like dad, like disciplines when I was younger,
mm,
like saying that I need to get home a certain time so I don't get involved in these
yeah,
sort of things.
it's true.
I think that's the reason why. I'm not too sure if that's what he meant, but yeah, that's my like
Yeah, it
analogy of
probably
it.
is to be fair. And the thing is, I bet like when your dad was like saying, come in at this time and all your friends are staying out later, you just think, that's just trying
Like
to ruin my life.
I used to get mocked at school for it. Like, can you imagine? Oh, the way my dad would get onto me if I got home. Say for instance, I had to get home for like 4:30.
Yeah.
I'd get home at like 4:45 because the bus wasn't
Oh,
running,
it's on
and
top.
my dad would get upset. Like he'd be like, "No, you gotta make sure this doesn't happen." Rare, rare. He just starts going off. But it's just a thing like, oh well, innit? But yeah,
Yeah. But I bet if you was kind of hanging out, like, on the streets 8, 9 o'clock, then police definitely would have stopped you,
yeah, of
probably all of
course,
your friends in it.
probably, yeah.
So you live just with your dad.
Mm,
Um, do you think that you see how you're quite disciplined and everything like that, because that's how your dad is? Do
yeah.
you feel like if you only lived with your mum, do you think that you would have been different?
Ye I don't know, but I feel like I'm not too sure. I feel like my mum was very like lenient when I was younger. So according to dad,
Mm.
every time that he says something, it would have been like, oh, your mum would have been like, oh, Trey, oh, Trey. But I feel like it's a thing where like where I get older, like it
Mm.
probably would change because I can't lie. My mum, oh, I can't even speak. My mum used to do that when I was younger. But when I
Mm.
started reaching like the age 9 or 10, when I started doing the track thing serious, she
Yeah.
started like motivating me and all that. Like she wouldn't just say oh Trey, like rare, rare, rare.
Yeah.
So
When
like
when you was younger, she was more like, my one son, just,
yeah,
do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Can't shout
yeah,
at you, just everything's
yeah,
perfect. Yeah,
yeah,
okay. Okay. Yeah, but I reckon she would have been probably stricter, but probably not as strict as your dad. I think your
yeah. Probably
dad's,
not as strict as that.
yeah.
I don't know any parent that was as strict as
But
him.
at the same time, he's strict, but he's cool as well. He's like one
Yeah,
or the
he
other,
done it.
innit?
Yeah, he done it in a kind of annoying way, but as it's a thing where
Mm.
like as I'm older, I see the reasons why he did it that way.
When you was at school, do you feel like they prepared you for like normal life, like talk to you about how to get a job, how to manage your
What
finances,
like
family
secondary?
life? Like, yeah, secondary school when you were finishing, did you feel like you were prepared?
Not really. I should say like when I was at school, yeah, it was mostly just my learning of like the subjects that I'm doing, then I go home. Like, to be fair,
Mm,
what I've learned about life and like finances is to do with like my dad and my cousin and friends around
mm,
me and older friends that I have been influenced by that have jobs and stuff.
yeah.
That's where I've learned everything. But I can't say that schools taught me. Schools taught me a little bit of like, oh yeah, you need to budget your money and like, um,
Mm,
yeah, stuff like that. But like the
okay.
real reasons why and like how everything happened is from like people around me, but it's not school.
So you've got quite good people around you then, like your cousin, obviously. He's at you. Is he at uni? He's at uni, isn't he?
Not at the moment because obviously coronavirus, but I think
But
he's
yeah,
going
but he
back in
went
September.
uni.
Yeah, he's going
Yeah,
back
so
in
you've
September.
you've got good examples. Because I suppose if he never went to uni, if no one else was at uni, you probably wouldn't really be thinking about it. Like if you didn't hear anyone talking about it.
It's a maybe because obviously like people like my inspiration to become a track athlete is Usain Bolt. But obviously I don't live in
Mm,
Jamaica right now, so I got to look at how Britain athletes made it. Yeah, so Usain Bolt was my inspiration for when I was younger. But yeah, when I was younger, I used to follow like what people like what people did because I thought like that would make me the cool person.
yeah,
Like, because if I just did my own thing, I'd just be like kind of like a loner, and I didn't really like that. I like to do what everyone
yeah.
else was doing.
It's
So
true. I think I was a little bit the same, kinda. But you want to fit in, innit? Who wants to stand out and be the only person
I
doing
wanted
one
to
thing?
fit in. So yeah, I
Yeah.
started doing that when I was younger. But then when I came here, everyone was doing football, and then when everyone was doing football, I wanted to do football as well. But that's what got
Mm,
Dad vexed. And now that I
yeah.
look back on it, actually, I really, really, really regret it. I regret that I stopped doing my athletics because now I'm behind. Like I could have been
Mm.
so much faster by now, but
Oh
literally,
yeah, because you was
I'm
doing it and then you stopped for a while, didn't you?
yeah, yeah.
What someone asked, what was school in Jamaica
I can't
like?
lie, it was funny. It was very funny. It's a good experience. They're a lot stricter. I got beaten once, but
Is it? Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
heard that they're
like a
strict.
ruler. Yeah, they are strict.
Did you have to wear like uniform? Because I'm used to seeing the kids in uniform and everything's pressed, like not a crease out of
Yeah, I
place.
went to like a preparatory school, which is like a private school kind of. So like like
Mm.
when you go to Jamaica, you see all the kids in uniform and they all have like the
Yeah, yeah,
khaki uniform.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my uniform was white and blue.
Wow.
So like it's kind of different, but yeah.
Oh, someone asked, what's your distance? Your running distance.
Well, at the moment I'm training 100 and 200. People are saying that I should give 60 meters a go, but I think I'm too tall for that and like my starts isn't that good yet. But I'll give it a go and see what it's saying, but obviously
Yeah,
anything can help me. So
yeah.
yeah.
You never know. You
Yeah.
never know. Well, I'm so glad that you came on. I've missed seeing your face. I haven't seen you for a little while. I have to come down one of these days
Anytime.
and hang out and hang out. Your
Anytime.
hair's grown. You always go through
It's a
these
mess right
stages where
now.
you're trying to grow hair. Next thing you cut it off. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, yeah, I made my decision.
Bed. Oh, my mum just left a message said, "Come for your suit." You lot have been trying to get this suit for years.
It's not even me, it's my dad. I don't mind in it, but my dad's craving it. My dad's craving
For
it.
real. I know your dad's on here watching. I've seen him laugh a couple times.
Is it?
Um
I didn't even notice.
he's in here spying.
No, I can imagine.
Um
Oh yeah, I see. I also just saw a comment.
all right. Well, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you
All
so
right
much for
then,
coming on.
no
Been good to
problem.
hear from you. A lot of people are,
You as well.
sending good messages and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's all
thank you to
good.
everyone.
All right. Take care, Trey.
You as
See you
well. See you
later.
later. Bye.
Bye. Hey,
Charlene, how you doing? Long
you
time,
all
my
right?
sister. How you doing? You all right?
Me all right, you know.
Good to see you. What you saying? You know
It's
what?
been it's been a long time, you
Long
know.
time, hasn't it? Oh my goodness, Charlie. So listen, you need to get that younger into my loop because you know I mentor a lot of athletes and I've helped guys get to the Olympics.
Yes, I'm gonna
So you know
link
that
you
already about me.
definitely.
So you
And
remember
plus, he's
when
Jamaican as well.
you
So
don't know still, so we can make it work, you know. Still,
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
I remember
I
when
need to.
I remember when Yona Night Wisdom came to me. He was 14 years old. He was too tall to dive. Everyone says he's too tall to dive. He's the same height
Mm,
as Usain Bolt now, right?
and everyone said he was too good to dive. So he was diving for Team GB in the top 4, and they wouldn't put him in, they won't put him forward for the Olympics. And I remember he came to me and said, look, I want to dive for my dad's country, and that was Jamaica. So we said, all right, cool, we're going to connect the dots for him. So connected the dots in Jamaica, connected him in. Guess what? He was diving in the Olympics in Rio.
Come on, Trey, we're going to make it happen.
When you see it in your mind, you can achieve it, and you can have it in your hand. When you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of young people just need to believe that and understand that. Well, it's nice to be here today anyway with you.
Oh, I know you're a busy man. You don't stop. You just don't stop.
Proper busy.
I'm sometimes I see the things you're doing and I'm like, is this really my friend? Like, is he my friend? Can I actually call him my friend? I'm like, wow. 100%. Always so. The thing is, I was on live last week with my friend because we're doing this fasting thing. But before I was calling him Superman, I always call you Superman all the time.
You're so funny.
No, I do. I call you Superman all the time because the amount of things that you can do.
There's a lot happening.
Like, I don't know how you do it. I don't. Like, guys,
you organize yourself and you work ridiculously smart. Ridiculously smart, all right? Not ridiculously hard, but ridiculously smart. That basically if you prioritize certain things, and you basically put a to-do list, and you get rid of procrastination. A lot of young people don't understand their potential. A lot of young people don't understand what they can achieve. They don't believe in themselves because they've probably never been shown it. You know,
it's true.
And, so we got procrastination is a big enemy. 100% procrastination is a big enemy. So there's a lot happening, man.
I've got your time. I'm glad. So, guys, this is Nathaniel Peat. Just go on Wikipedia because I can't even go through everything that this man does. He's amazing. So we'll probably look at one of the things that's most relevant to what we're talking about today, and that's the safety box. So let us know what the safety box is and like how you started it and why you started it.
Okay, cool. So the safety box was born out of the great need to proactively address all the growing concerns of antisocial behavior, violence, low self-esteem, bullying, gang violence, knife crime, drugs, money in young people, the issues that were going on. There was a very good friend of mine named Mark Prince. His son got murdered in 2006. And basically that was a trigger to say, you know what? I grew up in the area of Tottenham. I went to the same school as Mark Duggan. So I'm cognizant of the reality of what it's like on the roads. I understand what it's like. But, you know, I managed to hustle my way through to actually get into this and to get into the line of work around the safety box. And so really it was born out of that great need. And what we did is we went into schools and we started to develop an alternative curriculum that would help young people. So the schools don't teach young people how to sell. Schools don't teach young people how to think. Schools don't teach how young people can ride over negative things. Schools don't teach them how to negotiate. Schools don't teach them how to face failure. Schools don't teach them how to manage their time. Schools don't teach them how to invest their money. The schools don't teach them how to, the principles of success and unlocking the limitations of the mind to achieve things. The schools don't teach them how to follow their passions, how to handle money, how to make an impact in their life, the importance of travel, the importance of communicating with people, emotional intelligence, emotional awareness. The schools didn't teach them how to do financial literacy or understand how to open a bank account or even how income tax works. And so that's basically what's inside the box. Everything designed inside the box is practical skill sets for them to live life and live life to the fullest. And so we've done a range of work. We've had a measured impact of over 9,000 young people in the UK. We've had a measured impact across 400 high-risk offenders in prison. So we work with the most violent offenders. These are the guys that put in the work on road. These are the guys, the elders that are recruiting the young people on the roads. And we teach them basically exactly what to do. We set a light up inside of them and a fire where they can achieve their purpose through understanding what links that purpose into that passion and turning their pain and all the pain of their past into purpose, so they're able to then create an impact. And so we've done it with a number of people and reformed their lives. High risk offenders, you know, top guys that are at the top of the chain, we've helped them to succeed. And so that's what the safety box is. And we do a lot of stuff, you know, we do a great deal of things. We use a lot of trauma therapy to help them. We teach them and equip them with personal development skills, life skills. You know, we teach them how to become entrepreneurs, because a lot of the people that are out there on the roads that are moving, like my boy Chris was on a bit earlier. Chris does work with us as well, comes into jail with us. You know what I mean? And you know, we're teaching them entrepreneurial skills so that they have the ability. But it's not just about teaching them. You have to incubate them. That means giving them the support, maybe give them a little bit of money, a bit of finance, and basically give them mentorship and counsel to incubate them. It's like a seed you put into the ground. If you just put the seed into the ground and you don't weed the weeds out of the ground, that's dividing the company that they're around, weeding the weeds out of the ground, and if you don't allow that seed to be cultivated with water and the soil is not good for it, then that seed's gonna die. And it's the same thing when you sow something into the young people. You have to support the framework around them. You have to give them another option and to help them. And so one thing that we really focus on is violence reduction in young people. And so a few years ago, we actually devised, actually no, it's not more than a few years, it's actually more like 10 years ago, we devised a program. It's multi-layered, and one of the layers is a real practical way of in which we equip the young people on how to deal with violence. So we teach them defense tactics against knives, we teach them defense tactics against weapons, because a lot of young people say, yo fam, why do you know, if I'm on the roads, isn't it, like, you tell me to put down a knife, like, am I going to protect myself? On the roads, that man's carrying that next knife, innit? I'm not going to protect myself. That's what they say. We say to them, okay, what we're going to do is remove the knife from your hand, and we'll teach you how to defend against knives, and we'll empower your mind so that you're not around the right people. And we have a statement which we say, if you associate with the chickens, you never ever are going to fly with the eagles. And so we teach them this methodology. We have a very dynamic program which is known as the Aspire Higher program. The symbol is the golden eagle. And you see, eagles are unlike any other bird. The eagle simply shifts its wings and adjusts itself and rises above the cloud. And basically that's what the eagles are. And so when we work with young people, we build their minds up and we teach them about personal development, and we get rid and we extract all of that gunk that's inside them, those negative words which they're programmed into their minds, which others have programmed into them. And once we've done that, we're able to fill them then with things that help them to then grow, help them to manifest and birth their potential. And once we do that, then we can go into now teaching them and training them against weapons, and teach them how to avoid things like guns and gunfire and so forth. So there's a lot of things that we do within the safety box, and we're constantly working on trying to do intervention work. We're contracted by some pretty big people, the Ministry of Justice, the Home Office, the police, police forces in London, also police forces outside of London, and we do a lot of in-depth grassroots work. We're credible messengers with evidenced results of lives around.
Right, I've seen some of the videos of, you know, basically training the young people, like if someone was to stab them, how to protect themselves and all that.
This is a wooden knife.
Okay.
So I'm training a lot of defense tactics against weapons. I'm a martial artist as well. So combining a lot of the skills.
Martial artists, pilot, what else again? I don't even know.
The main thing is that we use our skill sets to empower other people. We use our skill sets to mobilize ourselves. We use our skill sets to join up and to basically put our skill sets together so we can empower as a collective. Because when we all begin to shine our lights and we bring our lights together, what happens is you create a bigger light beam. And it's like when you have a light on in your house, and imagine the whole street is dark. You've got one house which is lit up. Everybody sees that house. So once you start to live and walk in your purpose, you will begin to get people coming to you. You will begin to basically be able to empower them and impart to them knowledge and wisdom and understanding, because there's a lot that the community can give. And our young people are just missing this big word. It starts with an L and it ends with an E. It is known as love. They're just missing love. Missing love, you know? So young people were attacked by the same knives they carry to protect themselves. It's so important to teach them how to defend themselves so they don't need to carry one. Exactly. That's one thing we do with the youth. In fact, when we're training them, what we do is we load each of them with a knife. So we say, okay, you're at the bus stop, you're holding a knife, and we give another person that's coming towards them a knife. And what happens is the people will come up to them like they're going to rob them. And you watch the young person that's actually at the bus stop holding the knife, they end up, listen, 90 times out of 100, they end up getting up with a knife and trying to defend themselves. But when you do the scenario where you only have one person with a knife, the other person does not have the knife, and you get them to approach them, guess what they do? Them run off. They don't want to be there. Them just come out of the situation. Them gone. Them gonna like fire, you know. They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Imagine
You
if
know?
I had, say I had like a 14-year-old, and to me, he's a good child. He comes in, he does his chores, and he's a good child. He's never going to have a knife. I don't believe my child would ever have a knife. Maybe it's just to protect himself. How would I know? What advice would you give to a parent?
The advice I would give to a parent is really knowing everything about your child. Understand the trends, right? So what are they watching? What are they watching? Are they watching gang videos, YouTube videos online? What are they watching?
Yeah.
Need to also be watching out for things like what they're carrying home. You know, did you buy them that pair of trainers? Have they got extra? Have they got expensive things that you didn't get them? Do they have new games? And a lot of young people will lie. When we do parent intervention programs and we coach parents, some of the things that they say is that the children will always say things like, I downloaded it online. Go and check it. If they say they downloaded it online, go and Google it yourself. See if you can do it yourself, right?
Yeah.
Understand their friends, what time they're going out, what type of music they're listening to. These are all indicators, and you can normally tell through their behavior. And so really just have conversation with your young people. Be current, you know, understand what's happening, know what the trends are, understand terminology. You know, if you've got your young person that's colloquial and they're saying, yeah, we say my G, yeah, cool, 100, yeah, I'll be there, innit? Go OT, 100, phone off, yeah. All right, nice, I'll go to a bando store, yeah? All right, yeah, say straight. Cool, yeah, OT, yeah, GM, 100. What have I just said? Parents don't know what I just
Parents
said,
don't
right?
know.
So understanding terminology. A bando is a crack house. OT is out of town. GM is going missing for 3 days to go and sit in the crack house, right? The bando, yeah. Phone off means you're coming off the smartphone, going onto the brick phone, right? You understand what I'm saying? So OT is going country. That's county line.
Yeah.
So it's
county
understanding
lines.
the terminology, and it's being equipped with the right type of knowledge and being so that you have the ability to then intervene. You know what I mean? So this is a powerful conversation that you're having.
Yeah.
Anytime you talk about young people, it is powerful.
Because I see a lot of you know, when I see the missing photos and it's always that age group, it's like, even though it could be any situation, but I do always think county lines, you know, and then you see, oh, he's back, but no one explains what happened to them over those days. No one knows about that. And I don't think none of that information is being shared. People are just happy to have their child back, and that's it. They don't speak about it.
And you know what? A lot of those young people that you see on the WhatsApp, a lot of the young people you see flying around the WhatsApp are probably on county lines, 100%. I guarantee they're probably on county lines. Sometimes what happens, you also got to watch out for the girls. It's not just a boy problem, you know. This is a girl thing as well. You know?
Girls as well, yeah.
A whole lot of girls do this as well, right? The girls do it as well. And what the girls do a lot of is honey traps. Honey traps, basically, where they might actually set up a guy to go and get stabbed, where you might have a driller. A driller's like a drug dealer, a young person that does violence, yeah? So you've got trappers and you've got drillers, yeah? There's a shout out to my boy Chris Preddie that's come back on again. Preddie's back on the chat. Yeah, work too fast, 100, Chris. So you've got the drillers and you've got the trappers, right? And so you sometimes will have the girls basically will trap the boys. Yeah, and then the boys are trying to get their straps up by then having a violent situation. You've also got the situation where the girls will try and clean money. So you have drug money, and the boys will then put it into a bank account that the girl owns, and that's to get rid of the money and to clean the money. You see what I'm saying? And then there's fraud. There's a whole lot of fraud issues at the moment with young people, teenagers, fraud issues, man, burglary issues. There's issues with so much negative, you know. And we've got to be careful what we say to our kids. As mums and dads and parents, we've got to be careful the words. You know, the power of life and death is in your tongue. So you can actually be speaking negative words into a young person, which manifests in their mind. Did you know that a child in a stable home will hear 13 more negative things than positive things in a stable house? What does that look like? Put that down. Shut up. Go to your room. Tidy up your room. Me no want to see you. Go sit down. Come on to the house. Me no want to see you. Boom. That's it. Shut up. Be quiet. Right? This is what it looks like. And you see, all of that compounds itself into the subconscious mind. And now they start to not believe in themselves. They start to manifest these things that have been digested into their mind. And what happens is you have a process in the brain that unpicks itself. Right? And then it stops you from actually succeeding, and it stops you from believing in yourself, because now you believe you can't do it. There's something which is known as synaptic pruning. That is where your neurons have the ability to move faster between each other. And you see, certain things will stop that that electrical signal of your neurons in your brain. And so you can do synaptic pruning, where you have the ability, by programming yourself through affirmations, that help you to feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna shower Charlene with some love. This is called dopamine. Are you ready?
It's not about me.
Charlene, you look amazing. All right, put some fire in the chat if you think that Charlene looks amazing today. Come on, put some fire in the chat if you think she looks amazing.
Gosh.
Don't she look
I can't
bright?
deal.
Yeah, don't she look bright? Don't she look bright? Put some fires in the chat. Put some fires in the chat. And you see what's happened. What's happening with her? She's starting to laugh. She's starting to smile. She can't contain it. You feel good, don't you, Char?
I feel nervous now.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So now, with that, yeah, that's called dopamine. And you see, dopamine is what young people need. They need encouragement. They need, even when they get the C grade, you need to still congratulate them. If they were on an F grade before, now they've achieved a D grade, you still need to congratulate them. If they've managed to get into something, you still need to say, well done. You still need to give them a hug. And you need to forgive them quickly. If they hurt you, get rid of it, right? Because that will produce a negative hormone, which will cause a compounding of that in their mind, will cause them to become anxious, will cause them to basically now not believe in themselves, will cause them to think that they're nothing, and you're peeling away their self-worth. And now the synaptic mind and the ability for them to move quickly in terms of their thought process is shut down. You see what I'm saying? This is real work. This is real talk.
Yeah.
Because
and people don't realize they're doing it. Yeah.
We're about building mindset, Shah. It's about building mindsets, because it is not the knife and the gun that kills people. It is mindsets.
No, it's all good. I was just thinking that what you're saying is so true. And I think a lot of us, and parents, aunties, uncles, sometimes you don't realize you're doing it, because no one wants to speak negativity to their child, but we do it, but you don't realize you're doing it. So it's about reminding people and making people aware that you need to speak positive things, lift them up, congratulate them, make a fuss of them when they do good things, you know?
That's it. Make a fuss of them when they do good things, because it raises everything inside of them. The dopamine, it raises their dopamine levels. It raises their whole... You know what? It's like when you get dressed really nice. You put on some nice clothes.
Yeah, it makes you feel...
It makes you feel good. When someone says, big up yourself, you look good. It makes you feel sweet. Right? You have to celebrate each other. You have to celebrate your children, and you have to lift them up. We need to stop teaching our children lies. You know what I mean by that, Shaw? We teach our children, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words are never, ever going to hurt me. That's a lie.
They do.
Because words hurt. Words hurt. What are you talking about? Don't set them up to fail. Don't set your children up to fail. Teach them. We got all these negative nursery rhymes. I think me and you are spoken about this already, Shaw. About, you know, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. What are you talking about falling? We should be teaching them right. When you fall down, get back up. When you fall down, get back up. That's what you need to be teaching them. You have to teach them, I'm a leader, not a follower. You have to teach them, I'm courageous, I am brave, I am strong. So when they encounter the pressure of the young person trying to get into them by, come on, bun this weed with me, come, let's go roll, let's go bun some weed, come, let's do some JDs, come, let's go check some girls, come, let's go do this, come, let's go do this. When they get influence from the people, they have enough courage and they have enough leadership, they have enough inside of them, enough self-worth to turn around to their friends and say, no. You hear what I'm saying? And so I say that every single day, write something down, purposeful. Someone said every single day, 100%, every single day, write something down. Say that I am excellent. Say I am great. Say I have a purpose. Say that I'm special. Say that I am powerful, and speak out into yourself to understand that you have everything it takes to achieve what you want. The only limitation that exists is the one that is existing in your own mind. I've got all sorts of books like Self-Made. I've got that one. Books like, this is basically Think and Grow Rich. Yeah, these are books. Understand this. Well, understand the words when they say, I've got all these books on my bookshelf next to me, right? Understand that those who read are the ones that are going to lead. So when you basically put the knowledge into your mind, you basically now step into a position of leadership because no one can knock you. Confidence is linked directly. Confidence is directly linked into your knowledge. Did you believe that? Imagine that. Do you follow cricket? I don't follow cricket, but do you follow cricket?
No.
You don't follow cricket. Now let's imagine we've got 5 people in our network that all follow cricket. Now, Charlene, you go into that group of people and they're all talking about cricket, but you don't know nothing about cricket. How do you feel in that group? Tell me the emotions.
I feel like I don't belong there. I feel I'll probably get a little bit bored, but I can't contribute to the conversation.
Can't contribute. Do you feel confident in that group?
No.
You don't feel confident. So you can see that knowledge is directly linked to confidence. The more knowledge you have, the more confident you're going to be. Now imagine if you knew everything there was to know about cricket. You're in that group of people. Now you basically are empowered to speak, even if you don't like it. Charlie, even if you don't like it, you're going to sound intelligent. You know why? Because you know about it. So that links directly to confidence. So when we teach young people, we teach them education is powerful. Knowledge is powerful. Knowledge is powerful. And education truly is one of those keys to success. You can make it without having a formal education. But you can have the education of life itself. You can have experience, which is also an education that will help you to go through. So it's not necessarily about academic prowess, but it can just be about passion, dedication, experience. I've learned some of the most amazing things from people that are older than me. I used to, in my younger years, go and visit an 84-year-old woman, and I would sit down and just talk to her. You know why? Because she has life experience. You know,
sounds like my nan.
I can talk, Char. I don't want it to be like that. So I want you to ask me the question, because you know I can.
No. As you said that, I just thought of my nan and how I used to just sit by her foot, and she's on a chair. I sit by her foot, just ask her questions, and she tell me stories. So I miss that. I like speaking to older people, especially old Jamaican women. They're just great, man. They're just great.
Let's come with this wisdom that you're just like, you know.
Yeah, all these sayings and they're hilarious. Hilarious people.
Trust me. But it's a really great opportunity to work with young people, and it is part of the purpose. And so for people that are watching that want to encourage the young people, you know, I would just say to you that what you should do is find out what they like to do. Find out what they like to do, and then support the thing that they like.
And support it.
That's it. So if they like taking pictures, go buy them a camera. Get them a book. You know, help them, invite them to your event. If you've got friends that are entrepreneurs or friends that are doing their little events or whatever it might be, get them to go and take pictures. Right. That will now help them in their life. I'm seeing another person that's jumping on Kamara. Kamara comes into the prisons with us. She does singing in the prisons with us. She works for a Word for Weapons as well. Amazing charity, doing outstanding work. Kamara, big up yourself. That just come onto the chat here. So you know, Shah, it is about the empowerment, and it's about the leadership skills that we can actually instill in our young people in order for them to become leaders in their life. And also, I also want to just mention something for dads. If there's any dads watching, dads, I need you to be engaged in your youngers. I want you to be involved in the life of your children, even if your partner is a headache. I want you to always push to be in your child's life. Always. Do not quit. Because if you quit on them, they may fall down the wrong path, especially as we're talking about black children in this society. Do not let the system educate your child. You educate your child. Do not let the system dictate what they're going to learn. You teach them what you're going to learn, what they're going to learn. All right? Take the hands out of the teachers and the authorities and take ownership and responsibility of your children. Important. Dad, step up. Mom, step up. You know, do more for your kids. Teach them these ways. Speak words of affirmation into their life. I've got my son Micah. If you go on my Instagram, it's private. You can request anyone that's on this chat, and I will add you into my. I don't let any person into my network. Yeah, that's another thing. Don't let anybody into your network, right? Do not let anybody that is wearing dirty boots run inside of your brain. Do you hear what I said?
Well,
don't let nobody with dirty boots. Don't let nobody that is wearing dirty boots walk around in your brain. I have an organization called the Safety Box. We're on Instagram at the Safety Box, and you can please follow us and connect with us. We're doing a lot of work in the community, frontline workers with the highest risk offenders. If you've got any young people that you need us to talk to, we've got a powerful group of clinical psychologists, forensic psychologists, people in former trauma, life coaches, your mentors. We have a lot of people that are credible messages. Your legacy outlives your life. That's what you want. Your
Well, Nat,
legacy.
we need to connect, even if it's not tonight, tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because we've got stuff we need to talk about anyway.
We do.
But yeah,
people.
powerful, amazing,
Blessings.
Thank you so much.
Take care, guys. All the best.
All right, we'll speak soon.
Okay, bye.
That was powers, guys. I'm sure you agree that was powers. But I've got one more very special guest. Oh, you're still here. I kept you waiting for so long.
That's cool. I've been enjoying it.
Oh, that's good. I hoped you would. Everyone, this is Natalie Tomlinson, and she's just another amazing, influential person when it comes to young people. And yeah, I think anyone who doesn't know you, could you let people know like who you are and what you do?
Okay, so my name is Natalie Tomlinson, and I am a director. I'm co-director of a company called We Rock, which oversees all girls rock and all boys rock. I also work for a charity where I'm the mentoring project manager, and I facilitate workshops. I write inspirational quotes. I have a podcast, and I do a few other bits in regards of youth, but also working a lot with parents, particularly mothers of children, but particularly sons.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I actually met Natalie through a mentorship program that I'm part of. So I'm a volunteer, and then Natalie looks after the volunteers. So I'm glad that we connected that way, because I think you're just really inspirational. Right. So what I want to speak about a little bit about mentoring, because that's what I do at the moment. I'm mentoring somebody through the charity that you work for. And you basically taught me about mentoring, because I hadn't done it before, but I knew I always wanted to do it. What would you say, your experience, what it does for young people?
Certainly. For me, one of the examples I will give is that you don't know the impact when you're starting off mentoring. You won't necessarily realize the impact that you will have in a young person's life. I started working with a young lady when she was 14 years old, when I was working in a secondary school. And she was referred to me because she was, they felt that she was going to be looking for love in the wrong places. She'd gone through a whole lot. She was in foster care, and her words to me were, "I'm the property of the state. No one wants me." And so I spent time with her, and had lots of ups and downs, loads of ups and downs of working with her. And she was difficult, but she was not that much different when I was younger. But she also, I found that it's been many years now. It's been 19 years. And I went to watch her graduate. Now, she was told that she might as well forget about GCSEs, because statistics have proven that looked after children don't do very well. And she went up to go to, this is her social worker that told her this in a meeting with me, So I had to work with her and show her, look, the best way that you can get your revenge on him is to pass those GCSEs. And she got 12 GCSEs.
Wow.
And reached her graduate university last year, and she's now doing her master's. Her daughter is my goddaughter, and that just started me working with, and her daughter's 10 now. That just started me working with her, just being available. But she is the person that actually taught me about mentoring. She taught me to not give up. She taught me to be consistent, and to honor my word. She taught me to honor my word and that. And so I think that mentoring, it changes lives. It changes lives. If people see it as mentoring, okay, so you're just mentoring. It's almost like it's just a word. You're mentoring, so you're just setting targets and goals. But that's not always the case. Mentoring, you're actually investing in someone's life. Yeah. And it might be that there's somebody else who, they might have a parent or guardian, someone that doesn't have the tools to work with them as they would really need to. For whatever reason, they could be having their own difficulties, their own issues. They might be going through things, so they're unable to. And then there are some parents that just don't do, And the thing about mentoring is that somebody comes and they help to step in the gap. They come and stand in the gap and draw alongside that young person that needs support. And when you're mentoring someone, you can see, you see a lot of the times that their attendance improves in school. The relationships with their families improve because you have somebody else helping them to also talk and be that outside kind of influence as well. There's so many benefits to it, and I think it's something that people almost take it like it's not that big of a deal. And I think lately, when you think a lot of youth violence and you're hearing a lot of things, it's also about you know, people look and think like, oh, well, we just meant when you're just going to take them out, you're just going to talk. They don't realize that you're actually really, you can save somebody's life by mentoring them, helping them to come off the streets, you know. And for me with mentoring, I not only mentor young people and mentor my mentors, I also mentor parents, you know, and have conversations with parents, because I noticed that there was something that Nathaniel said that I respected, but I wanted to put a little spin on it for us ladies, us mothers. And he was saying about challenging fathers to make sure that they get involved with their sons' lives. But I want to say, and I agree with that, of course, totally. I'm a mother of a 25-year-old daughter. But what I want to also say is that us as women, as mothers, sometimes we have to learn to get out of the way and allow that relationship to happen, because we can have many mothers, unfortunately. We have many mothers that, because the man hurt them, the father hurt them and he finished with them, they step in the way. You have mothers that are, there are many young people, a lot of the young people that I get mentors for, a lot of the young men in particular, these are young men who, they are struggling so badly because they are desperate to be loved by someone that they believe they're supposed to hate because of the way he treated their mum. Do you understand? You've got mothers that are saying, you're just like your father, you're just this, you're just that. You've got mothers that tell too much information to the child about the breakup of the relationship. Then you wonder why they're going out on the streets and they're doing all sorts of things. So sometimes you do need people to come and stand in the gap and help to restore those relationships. Fathers do need to be part, but mothers mustn't be the reason why they're not. Mustn't be why they're not. You know, so, you know, but I think for me, mentoring is something that it's beautiful, because when you're mentoring, you can't mentor and remain the same. I don't believe it's possible. You cannot mentor and remain the same. You grow, you learn, you invest, because they teach you also. They teach you also.
Sorry,
you know,
someone just said, did she say she's a mother to a 25-year-old? How she looks 30?
I'm 44. It's the melanin. Whoever said that, it's the melanin. I'm 44. I'm 44.
Wow. Well, we don't crack. We heard that.
Thank you. I would take that compliment. But that's what I feel. I feel it's important. I think that, and one of the things that saddens me sometimes is that I feel that there are many people that want to do mentoring, they're interested in it, but they think, well, I haven't totally got everything together myself yet. I still need to work on this. I still need to work on that. And not realizing, and some people think, well, I don't really have much of a big social status. I'm just a housewife, or I'm just this, or I'm unemployed. You have something worth giving to a young person, because they don't care what car you drive or how many qualifications you've got. They care if you turn up when you say you were going to turn up. That's what they care about, and you have to be consistent with that. You know? So
it's basically a thing where you don't necessarily need qualifications. You just need to be consistent, keep your promises, keep your word, you know.
Honor your word.
Honor your word.
Honor your word. It's something that's so simple but yet so powerful. You know, we had if I could share something with you, we had a situation where with a mentor, where a young man, just to show you how powerful it is, when we had a young man who wanted to have a mentor, and he had been matched with a mentor, everything was going really well. Well, we thought it was going well with all the arrangements and everything. The mentor went to the McDonald's to meet the young man, and the young man didn't show up. The mentor, he stayed there throughout the whole time that he was supposed to be there for the 2 hours. He went the second week and he went back the third week. Now, this young man wasn't there. The fourth time, by me being honest, I would have been like, you know what, you got time, I'm not going back again. The mentor went there. The fourth time the young man came, and the mentor said to him, I didn't think you were going to come. And the young man said to him, I didn't think you were going to keep coming back. Everyone else hasn't been there. They talk. Do you understand? So you have to be consistent. You have to honor your word. You have to make sure that if you say you're going to do something, that you do it. If you don't know the answer to something, say, look, let's research that together. Let's learn together. But you have, all they want is your time. That's all they want is your time. You know,
almost like a big brother, big sister. Because I feel like even with the young lady that I mentor, it feels like a big sister relationship. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Because she just talks, she feels quite comfortable. But it's like, yeah, it's just like, you know, a bigger version of me kind of thing, and we joke and stuff like that. And the funny thing is, me and her mum are like literally the same age, but still, we still have that kind of relationship. Females, we've spoken a lot about the boys, and I think a lot of people kind of know what issues are with boys at the moment. What would you say the issues are with girls at the moment? What really comes up?
For me, what I tend to come across a lot is a lack of self-respect and that comes from them, lack of self-worth. Do you understand? You have many young ladies that are searching, we hear it all the time, searching for love in all the wrong places, and that is very real. You know, it sounds like it's just a cliche saying, but it is very real. You've got a lot of young ladies who they've never had, dad might not be in their life, they've never had a man to teach them how to be respected, how to be spoken to, you know, how to conduct themselves. Many of them haven't received that. And I'll be quite frank, many of them are being raised by women who don't have respect themselves. Yeah. In some cases as well. So don't know how to really do it. Do you understand? They don't really know much better, you know, so we have those situations as well. But I found that it's a lot of that. Then you have a lot of young girls who so desperate for wanting to be accepted that they will compromise their integrity, their standards for things. They will, you know, they're looking for it. So you might have, you know, back in the day, I feel more so a guy could try to get you to, you know, say to you, I'll do this or do that. And the girl might kind of be a bit more strong and defensive. These days, it's like, well, compromise. So I'm not going to go all the way, but I'll do this other thing just because I want him to keep me and not realizing that he don't respect you. And they have to respect themselves. And I think they hear, and I think sometimes we have a role to play in that, because we tell our young ladies all the time, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. But we don't always teach them that before you can love yourself, you have to like yourself. Before you can like yourself, accept yourself. So there's a lot of work, there's layers to it. So we can't just run, you know, love yourself. You must have more respect. Teach them how to have respect. Do you know what I mean? You know, so that's what I've come across a lot more, them compromise it, and they just don't love themselves. And unfortunately, something else come to my mind, unfortunately, I have over the years, I've been doing youth work for more than 25 years, from before I had my daughter. And I've seen, unfortunately, a lot of young ladies that I've worked with have, out of their lack of respect for their mothers, they've lost the respect for themselves. And unfortunately for some of them, that's because they've witnessed a lot of things, their parents being, whether it's in an abusive relationship, or their parents, how they carry themselves, and they've lost respect. And many of them have actually told me, I don't respect my mum. So when a mum's trying to teach them, they're not really receiving. It takes for someone else to come on the outside and say, look, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to work on, and help them. And when you're mentoring, you can't be coming in and being judgmental and just coming in and wanting to, you know, say, right, well, this is where this young person needs to be, and you've got to be this now. We're going to be mentoring for 6 weeks or whatever, and then you've got to, you can't, because people are like banks. You have to deposit something before you ever can withdraw anything. So you have to make sure that's where the consistency comes in, and you're continuing talking with them, working them through. If they're walking, they fall down, you help them get back up. You don't embarrass them. You don't decide, right, say, I can't be, it's not even my child, I'm gone. You have to be consistent with them, because they need your help, you know, and the bottom line is our future. And if you think of any children you may have in the future, and you think of it like that, and you think that this generation now that are running around now, they're going to heavily impact your children, your grandchildren, that you have to be involved and heavily influence this generation. You have to. You know, you can't complain about what you're not willing to step up and change. You know, I feel very strongly about mentoring.
No, you do. That's why I said I need to get you on, because you know, sometimes I when I hear you speak, like, you inspire me, even because I'm not a speaker. Let me not say that, but I'm trying.
We're talking about this.
You need to stop. I'm not. I know. I need to stop saying that, but you know, I'm improving. But like watching you, and just, you know, I mean, how you relate to people, how young people relate to you well, like, you just have this flair that can fit in just wherever you need to be. So it's really inspiring. And I learned some of that when we went away for, was it the weekend? We went on a retreat.
Yes.
residential. I love that. That was so cool.
Yeah, that was
And
fun.
yeah, I got to speak to some of the other young people, and we just had a great time. Like, I really want to do it again. Yeah, I really want to do it.
Yeah.
It was really good. So tell me a little bit about We Rock.
All right,
what does We Rock do?
We Rock, we have two different departments. So we've got All Boys Rock and All Girls Rock. And one of the main focuses when we started out was really highlighting and celebrating International Women's Day and International Men's Day. And we were able to make it really intergenerational. So we would have we've had people like, but the first All Boys Rock event 5 or 6 years ago, we had people from toddler right up to someone who was, I think he was in his 60s, you know, or 70, or even older possibly. But we had people that were older and would come and invest. And you have different people that will come with different Proud and Gifted is usually there as well.
Yeah.
He's so support, like, he's
Proud
so
and Gifted is great.
He's so supportive. I'm telling you, you know. Again, that's another example of consistency in action.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, we've got so many different things that we do, and at the so we have different events. So we're celebrating International Women's Day, International Men's Day, really celebrating people, but also letting people highlight and showcase their talents and so on, and getting different generations to mix. And we have a beautiful meal when people sell their products, people get to showcase what they've got. We do loads of stuff. And at the moment, what we started doing since lockdown, we've been having meeting rooms. So we've been having All Boys Rock. They have a meeting room every Sunday at 7.
Right,
I believe from 7 o'clock, and they can chat. Do you think women can chat? Those guys can chat. Right, Ratty and Greta, they can chat. So they will have it every Sunday, and it probably goes off about 3 hours. And then every Sunday they have that. And then the All Girls Rock, there will be 2 All Girls Rock ones, because the other co-director, Serena, she's going to be also doing another one. But I run the one that is for domestic abuse.
Right.
So that is for every Monday at 7:30.
So are these meeting rooms for like anyone, like, so anyone that's listening that thinks that they might benefit from it, do they have to register? How would they get involved?
So like with the All Girls Rock one that I run, and Serena will be doing another one, but obviously we still tag team on this one.
Yeah.
But with the domestic abuse, what we do that one in line in collaboration with Strength of a Woman, Tanya Pinnock. So that's her one of her specialities, that area. And so that one is anybody that's experienced it, or who has works in the field, or is worried about someone, or is actually just learning, just wants to learn a bit about it, like what's got your weight is and stuff like that. Because I've never experienced it, so I was quite ignorant to it for many years back. Now I've got it, but now we have different rooms, and it's a beautiful forum. It's a beautiful place where people share like what they're going through. They share their experiences. There's a lot of tears. Be real. There's a lot of tears, and we're on there for hours. So we're not off there till like after 10. So people are sharing. But what the beautiful thing about these women is they don't just share and just talk and have an offload. They support each other. So if one person might say, I'm struggling in this area, I've got this course to do, this university to do, and they'll be like, right, okay, well, I've done that, come and I'll help you. Because for me, I can't stand being around. I cannot be around people, other women, that tear each other down.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
I'm allergic to foolishness. You know this, Charlie. I say all the time.
Yeah.
So I can't be around them. So when you sit in there, you see women that are building each other up and encouraging each other up, even in the midst of their own pain.
Yeah,
there's some
exactly.
You know, so anyone can join. We have the flyers. We put the flyers up on We Rock, the All Girls Rock, and the All Boys Rock pages, and people can just send a DM if they want to join, and then closer to the time, Zoom link is sent to them. With the domestic abuse one, with the All Girls Rock one on a Monday, that one. We do that one that's not recorded. I won't allow it to be recorded.
Yeah. It's too sensitive,
If somebody's going to be sharing and they don't mind, people know that they're going to be sharing, then they can go on the flyer. But anything else, no one would know who's on there unless they come in there themselves.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the young people that you've helped are going to come up and always look out for you. It's like, you imagine like when you're old now, you've got all these people that's going to want to be helping you, and
I've got a whole heap of people, you know.
that's what I'm saying.
Someone said to me once, you've got more children than Abraham. I mean, and then imagine what you're invested in your young lady and the things, the nuggets and the skills and things that you've taught her. If she shares that with 3 of her friends and that friend shares it with 3 of her friends, 3 of her friends, that's a whole lot of young people that you've impacted. Just because you took the time for a one.
Yeah,
you know?
it's true. It's been really good. And I think we had a nice mix of people to, you know, look at different areas all relating to young people. Because that's where my heart is all the time. So yeah, I mean, there's lots more work that I want to do. So yeah, I'm kind of preparing myself for more stuff, which I will be speaking to you about as well. So yeah, we'll catch
you've
up.
taken a step already. You haven't just talked about what you want to do. You've taken a step to make a difference already. That's the difference.
Yeah.
So you've actually taken a step to do it.
I'm so happy that you came on. Thank you for your time. I see it's all night time now.
Yeah, I'm on my balcony, just on my balcony. Yeah, love it. But no, thank you, and I appreciate you.
It's so good. It's so good. So I'll be sharing, anyone that's watching is interested in anything that Natalie spoke about, I'll share the pages.
Yeah. All right, my darling.
All right, then. I see you.
Bye-bye.
And there we have it, guys. That was amazing. I don't even mind that we went over time because I think, I didn't even need to speak, to be honest, did I? Because everyone has so much valuable information. I'm going to enjoy watching it back. Editing's going to be hell as usual. I might just post the raw videos, you never know. But yeah, thank you to Nat, thank you to Chris, thank you to Trey, thank you to Natalie, and we will be back next week. I don't know what this topic is. I never know until like 3 days before. But it will be good. Whatever it is, it will be good. Thank you for sticking with me, guys, because it's been a long time. And I will catch up with you later.